First, I just want to talk about what we do at Tenant Network, and then I'll talk about how I'm being affected in this and my opinions on the things. So my name is Autumn. I go by she, they, and fair. I'm a non-binary, femme-presenting anarchist. So basically, what we've been doing at Tenant Network is helping organize tenants in a struggle of housing since COVID-19. We established recently after that, and we're trying to make it a multicultural, open community for people of color and LGBTQIA people. We're facing unprecedented amount of evictions at this time, as the other speakers have said. They're cruel. Mass evictions are cruel in a normal state when we don't have a killer pandemic, but in a killer pandemic, it's genocide. And anyone who wants to deny that, yeah, exactly. So, yeah. Anyways, we're there to collectively pool our resources and work as tenants to fight unjust evictions and basically trying to work towards a moratorium because we have tons and tons of people, including me, on the chopping block. So I'm gonna talk about what's going on with me personally. My landlords have told me and my partners that they don't want us on a lease or a month-to-month. They're demanding that we move during a pandemic. We've been warning them about this pandemic since before it even hit the US. I heard about this in Wuhan and I was just really interested in it because I had never really investigated something and started preparing, but they've denied it. When the economy opened back up, they're like, oh, it'll be gone in a month, and the economy is doing great. It's an economy of death. Like, if we're prioritizing people over, or housing profits over people, or whatever type of profits, because that's all the system fucking cares about, then we're just straight up mask off, showing how we don't care about anyone, especially LGBTQIA, people of color, and all, like, undocumented, anyone who is marginalized. As someone else said, Mass has done an eviction moratorium. We should do that as well. And now I'm just going to talk about what I specifically think about all this. There's a saying I used to hear from people called hope for the best, prepare for the worst. And the best at this point, in my opinion, is the point we're actually acting humane and not like sociopaths. So that's delegitimizing, disrupting, dismantling the legal, paramilitary, and capitalist institutions that are tearing us apart inside and out from ourselves and from our fellow people. So we need to, like, these fuckers don't care. They don't care if swaths of people die. So we need to organize to try to save as many people as we can, to try to help as many people as we can, because they don't care. So yeah, that's the hope part. That I hope, at best case scenario, we can start doing that. But that's not fucking happening. That's not happening if we keep on having, well, anyone in charge of a capitalist system that prioritizes, like, objective gain over people's lives and throws people in jail, evicts people, whatever it may be. It's a capitalist system of violence. So I don't have hope. My partner's grandma died because she saw fucking what happened to the pandemic and all the people dying, and she had nothing fucking ever given to her in her life and just helped everyone. And she fucking died. And everyone else is gonna die. Like, let's get real. Like, people are trying to backpedal to something else. We're not going back to normal. And we have to work outside the system that fucks us. So, one other thing. I was working with Tenant Network Rhode Island, trying to help at the 6th District Courthouse, trying to help people get information about evictions. And there was someone there who was being evicted the next day, had $3,000 on their back payment, was a person of color, and I was trying to help them. I was willing to just go out of my way to personally help them, but, like, how the fuck can you have hope if you don't have a home? Seriously. Like, how? That's the logo of this state? No, there's no fucking hope. There's no hope with these people. And anyone who's gonna prioritize people over profits. So, when I think of police, I think of the term abolish it, and also it sounds like a ball of shit, which is applicable to the police in both situations. So I'm gonna say some shit that just exists, and I want you guys to respond with abolish it. Can you guys do that? Yeah. Okay. So what are we gonna do with punitive punishment?
Abolish it!
What are we gonna do with borders?
Abolish it!
What are we gonna do with the class that separates separates us and divides us?
Abolish it!
What are we going to do with the state that oppresses us?
Abolish it!
What are we going to do with the capitalist system that sees us as fucking numbers, that doesn't care about us?
Abolish it!
What are we going to do about the nepotism within these institutions where we only have people who have all the power recruiting other people who have all the power?
Abolish it!
What are we going to do with the economy of death?
Abolish it!
And, so this is the last thing. In the book, Living My Life, this is like extremely paraphrased, so just to make it shorter. In the book Living My Life by Emma Goldman, she talks about how she was at a dance, and it says, at the dances, I was one of the most untiring and gayest. But then some asshole came up to her and whispered that it did not behoove an agitator to dance, certainly not with such reckless abandonment. One who was destined to be the force of the anarchist movement shouldn't be acting so happy, I guess. I don't know. But my point is that right now, this is a revolution, so we should dance. We should enjoy ourselves, and we should be celebrating the destruction of this system. So I'm just gonna say these couple things, and then I'm gonna like mic drop it softly. So, fuck fascism, fuck 12, fuck hope, and I'm gonna say this again, this is a genocide of the working class. Get organized, period.
Woo!